Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we will talk the top 20 best Raspberry Pi projects that you can start right now. So before starting, let's have a look at the Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is a tiny little computer board that lets the students, experts and hobbyists build innovative computing projects at a very affordable cost. Since its inception 6 years ago, it has enjoyed widespread popularity although diverse. So let's start the projects. At number 20, we have the weather station with Raspberry Pi. So if you are somewhat of a beginner, then it's might to be one of the best Raspberry Pi projects for you by building your weather station that collects and analyzes the atmospheric data. So you will not only learn the fundamentals of Raspberry Pi but also increase your experience for later Raspberry Pi projects. So you can choose from a vast number of physical sensors and complementary Python libraries to control their functioning. So let's have a quick review of weather station with Raspberry Pi projects. Your choice of Pi board should have built-in wireless support, or you can also use a Wi-Fi dongle. Among other essential hardware choices, we recommended that VME280 sensor for analyzing the pressure, temperature, and humidity, a rain gauge, wind vane, and anemometer. You can utilize the Oracle Raspberry Pi Weather Station software for leveraging powerful Python's APIs. Apart from other general prototyping tools, you can also make use of a 3D printer for crafting. So let's move towards the other project. MakePi Twitter boot. So despite our numerous differences, we all love to hang out at social media. Twitter, one of the largest social media platforms. So let's developers create a real-time Twitter boot through their API. This is among the most anticipated Raspberry Pi projects for open source enthusiasts. If you like the idea of having your personal Twitter boot, then this is definitely in the list of best Raspberry Pi projects for you. So let's have a quick review. The boot is in essence a web application built and run on a Raspberry Pi board. You will have to register a Twitter application by going to the Twitter APIs. So you need to set up and write the boot on your Raspberry Pi using the Python programming language. The Twitter library is heavily recommended for the API bit. You can automate the boot and make it upload the CPU temperature of your Raspberry Pi whenever it reaches a certain threshold. That's also all. Let's go towards the other project. Wireless print server. Have an old unused printer at the basement at your home. You can clean it up today and make a wireless print server out of it. All you will need is a Raspberry Pi board, a storage space, and some will. It is one of the best projects for students trying to build some quick Raspberry Pi project. The print server can be accessed from any device that you interface for and will provide a useful means to do that quick office work. So let's have a highlight of the project. We recommend that Raspberry Pi 3 for this project as it comes with the built-in wireless support. However, you can use a Wi-Fi dongle for utilizing the previous boards. You will use the common Unix printing system software for running the print server. Use Samba for allowing Windows devices to use your Raspberry Pi print server. Connect a printer to the system and you're ready for some printing. Now let's go towards the next project. FM radio station. So who doesn't want like sound of that old radio song while taking a break from the corporate pressure? Did you know you can very quickly turn that old Raspberry Pi ports of your viewers into a cutting-edge FM radio station? So all you will need is a working internet connection and a microphone. This is definitely among the best Raspberry Pi projects. You will learn valuable concepts to use in advanced Raspberry Pi projects later. So let's have a quick review of the project. So you will use the SCSS spread spectrum clock signal, the default EMI suppression tool used in the Raspberry Pi to transmit the radio signals. Second, utilize the GPIO pin 4 of your Raspberry Pi to send the transmission using a wire as an antenna. Use the program, I will let you know later. It looks for an additional challenging, so you can use the program, so I will let you to know it in my description. So by downloading this and compiling to convert your Raspberry Pi into the FM station, if looking for an additional challenging, customize your FM station Raspberry Pi projects in a way that can broadcast live. So let's go towards the project number 16. Build a Tor router. So if you are anything but a teachy, chances are you are familiar with the dark web. Tor is the browser that provides the access to this mesmerizing part of the internet. So the infamous browser uses hundreds, perhaps thousands of the different systems as routers to make sure their traffic remains anonymous. Building a Tor router with that old Raspberry Pi board sits among the best Raspberry Pi projects for us lovers of the open source moment. So let's have a quick review. We recommend you use the Raspbian OS for such Raspberry Pi projects that requires anonymity. Use this program to automate the configuration process for your Pi so that you can use it as an access point for the internet connection. Install and configure Tor in your Raspberry Pi root DNS and TCP traffic through it. Make sure that Tor service is automatically started on the boot. So now let's go towards the project number 15, sorry. Raspberry Pi NAS file server. A NAS means a network attached storage server. Lets your choice of storage devices act as a dedicated file server that can send multiple files over the network at a relatively high speed. This is one of the best Raspberry Pi projects for computing enthusiasts, given the fact that a professional model of such devices usually came at around $500. All you will need for this project is one or more storage devices and a good USB hub. Let's have a quick review. For this, we recommend you format your drives using the NTFS format, as it will let you access the device in case anything gets messed up. So your file should be configured using the SSH protocol. Use the Samba software to configure the networking options available. So you can also incorporate the data redundancy and the rate services if looking for more significant challenging. So that's all. Let's go towards the project number 14. That is the network monitoring tool. That is one of the best projects ever, ever. If you are an internet wizard like me, I love it. So chances are you have got multiple servers running for a range of purposes. Both professional and personal, building a handy network monitor could be one of the best Raspberry Pi projects for you, allowing you to monitor the network activities of your services conventionally like most other internet-based Raspberry Pi projects. So this project will test your network skills and activate the expertise required for future complex Raspberry Pi projects. So let's have a quick review of the network monitoring tool project. So we recommend you to select the NegasPi, a lightweight server monitoring distro for such Raspberry Pi projects. So configure the monitoring preferences of NegasPi to monitor your network traffic effectively. We suggest you to start with the basic metrics, then weave up progressively. So attach a display to your Pi board depending on how you want your system to look. So you can carve out solid outer layers for protecting the main board by using a 3D printer. So that's all. Let's go towards the project number 13. That is the Minecraft game server. So this is one of the best projects of the Raspberry Pi for you if you are a fan of online sandbox game Minecraft. Since its releases has become a household name and is one of the top gaming projects of Microsoft today. So Raspberry Pi comes with the dedicated Pi version of this fantastic games, which you can leverage to build your own Minecraft server Raspberry Pi projects. For this project, you will only require a working Pi board and a fast LAN cable. So let's have a quick review of the project. So your system needs to be up to date before proceeding with the Minecraft installation. The Java runtime and build tools are required to run the game on your Pi. Launch the server and connect it from another computer on the home network to test your work. So let's go towards the next project. That is the 12th number, time-lapse camera. It's also one of the best projects. So if you an average photographic lover, so building a time-lapse camera can one of the best projects for you. So you can build time-lapse Raspberry Pi projects easily by utilizing the blinked add-in of your Raspberry Pi board. The camera can be attached to variable items, so thus allowing you to see for yourself what the camera is seeing. This quick little project is one of the best Raspberry Pi projects to show off your Pi skills. So let's have a quick view of the project. So you will require either a Pi camera or Pi NR camera along with the compatible cable and a Pi board for this project. Number second, attach the camera to your Pi board and check if it's working correctly. Your camera might need to be enabled. First, use the Python code for it, so it will be given in the description. So time-lapse camera is one of the best projects of the Pi ever. So let's move towards the next project, that is the 11 Raspberry Pi is a VPN server. Wow, that's amazing. VPN servers are used to access the internet from behind a safe access point. You can easily create one of the best Raspberry Pi projects that will act as your dedicated VPN server from scratch. As with the Nest server, this project will require you to handle the networking activities of your Pi. With this create your project, you will not only have a cutting-edge personalized VPN server, but also can save the huge money on monthly subscription. So highlights of the project that we recommend you use the Pi VPN, Open VPN server, implementation for this project. Choose the right VPN provider. So we suggest you to stick with the IP vanish for this project. Configure a static IP address for your Raspberry Pi board. I suggest you utilize 2048-bit RSA encryption, and you may install the Pi VPN GUI for managing users and adding the new devices conventionally. So that's one of the best projects. So let's move towards the project number 10. That is the motion capture security system. It is one of the best project also. So for your next Raspberry Pi project, consider building on HD camera surveillance system that captures live video whenever someone or anything moves in the monitor area. So you can use the same Pi camera you use for the time-lapse projects or might option in for a more powerful one. So this is one of the best project of Raspberry Pi for you if you want to check your drive by while on vacation, very conventional. So what's you need for this project? So you should be able to live stream from any web browser or mobile devices. The camera should be able to record the motion in the video file on demand. We recommend you use the Raspberry Pi camera module for such a Raspberry Pi project. Use this motion detection software, configure the motion capture functionality, link will be given. So for additional challenging, make your motion camera to send out a notification whenever it's captured certain images or videos. So it's almost used for security purposes. When you are going outside of your home or office, you can set it right there, and when someone enters your home or office, so whenever they move in front of the camera, so the camera will automatically capture the video or picture, and it will send you that someone is in your home and office or without your permission, so you can easily detect them. So now let's move towards the project number 9. That is the built-in AI assistant. So it's also a very interesting project. It's in the age of AI, and we all are swamped away with the number of mesmerizing open source AI projects getting into the market every day. If you also want to try your hand in the field of AI, built-in AI assistant can be one of the best Raspberry Pi projects that you can take on right now. You will utilize the Google Assistant and the Google Cloud SDK for such a Raspberry Pi project. So what you will need for this project? So register a free account for the Google Assistant through the Google Console Actions dashboard. Set up and configure the audio for your Google Assistant account. Number 3, your Raspberry Pi needs to be authorized for the Google Assistant, and the 4th one you need for that set up a Google Assistant to auto start Edward time on your file. So let's move towards the our project number 8 of the Pi. So media center using the Pi. Are you in an imminent need for a home media center? So thanks to Kali, a free and open source media player software, so you can very quickly turn your Raspberry Pi into a full-fledged home media center today. So this is a great project and perhaps one of the best Raspberry Pi projects for entertainment lovers like me. Yes, of course, you will not need to harmful of handful of items for such Raspberry Pi projects. So, however, a willingness to learn and try new things will come in handy. Have a quick overview highlights of the projects that we recommend you choose Raspberry Pi Model 3B Plus for this project. Micro SD card is fine for now, but we suggest you to stick to a USB HDD for long-term use. And add remote control feature by installing the Kori mobile app on your smartphone. So set up a compatible IR receiver on your Raspberry Pi for dedicated remote control functionality. Now let's move towards our next project, that is the 7 Raspberry Pi distance sensor. So if you are an aspiring engineer like myself, I myself is an engineer building real life DIY projects can broaden your skill sets and will prepare you for further complex challenges. One of the best Raspberry Pi projects that you will introduce you to the fantastic world of sensors. Building a distance sensors projects with your existing Raspberry Pi board will allow you to make a practical projects that can show off in your job portfolio with pride. So highlights of projects or I recommend you utilize that HCSR for ultrasonic sensor for such Raspberry Pi projects. Use the RPI GPIO module to access and control the GPIO pins of your Raspberry Pi board. You will need to use a voltage divider. So you need a voltage divider to drop the 5-volt output from the sensor to 3.3 volt for your Raspberry Pi board. So use a 3D printer for creating the outer layers to protect the sensor. So that is all about the Raspberry Pi distance sensor project number 7 of the Pi board. So let's move towards the project number 6. That is the Raspberry Pi Wi-Fi extender. If you're anything, chances are your Wi-Fi router has to handle the multiple devices at the same time and need to cover a well-rounded area. So a Wi-Fi extender is a physical device that extends the range of the area you will have wireless connectivity. Thankfully, building a Wi-Fi extender with the help of Pis is a relatively simple job. This is one of the best projects, I think so, of the 5 projects that deal with the common internet problems and allow you to showcase influential Raspberry Pi projects to the friends. So I think so that it is one of the best projects. Highlights: set up the Wi-Fi extender by configuring the WPA supplicant file in your Raspberry Pi. Restart your DHCP service and adjust the host configuration of your Pi. Build a solid case to protect your Wi-Fi extender. Add a VPN server to such Raspberry Pi projects for the additional functionality. So let's go towards the project number 5. that is the build Raspberry Pi Twitch boot. So Twitch is a live video streaming platform used worldwide for streaming live shows and events. You make a Twitch board and stream your own videos with it using your old Raspberry Pi boards, so you have got laying around it. It's one of the best projects because you can stream your videos live on it. So it is one of the best projects that you make you a superstar among your friends with such a cutting edge Raspberry Pi project, so you will be able to stream the gameplay of the multiplayer games like Data and the most famous PUBG. So the highlight of the project is that what you need is sign up for our Twitch and get up yourself a Twitch or token needed for this project. You need to program your Twitch moderator boot using the Python programming language. Yes, of course. Configure your Pi to start the Twitch board during the startup. So by building this project, you will be able to grow your videos live and you will feel like a superstar among your friends because you have built a Raspberry Pi pageboard that is will be very interesting. So now let's move towards the project number 4 of the Raspberry Pi, that is the retro gaming machine. So how do who don't cherish the old times when we passed our days playing those classic retro games? So how does it sounds to build a retro gaming console just with your cheap iBoard? We know this is among the best Raspberry Pi projects ever for the old school gaming geeks. Like, and encourage you wholeheartedly to take on this mesmerizing project if you are looking for Raspberry Pi projects involving the gaming. Dive into this project. So the highlights of the retro gaming machine project is that what you need for this. That's you need to download and install the RetroPie on your machine first. That is most important. So first of all, you have to download and install the RetroPie on your machine first. The second is that configure your Pi so that it's boot automatically into the emulation station and can be controlled via the USB controller. The third one, that although we would suggest that Buffalo Classic USB controller, the PS3x4 and the Xbox 360x1 controller will work perfectly and very fine. So that's all. Let's move towards the project number 3. That is also the very interesting project. So project number 3 is to build a smart TV. Did you know that getting smart TV doesn't necessarily mean you have to go bankrupt? Yeah. Any old PC monitor and a Raspberry Pi computer can all or that you will need to build one of your own. This is definitely among the best Raspberry Pi projects for improving your home entertainment system. So I suggest you to take our Raspberry Pi projects if you have got an extra piece of monitor laying around you. So the highlights of the project is that you will need to utilize the OMX image viewer software for such Raspberry Pi projects. Install the Lapse 8 def and Lapse 12 def module into your file. You can set up a Cody that is a flag for further improvements in your smart TV projects. So if you want to build a smart TV, so you have to get a Raspberry Pi board and install the def and Lapse 12 def module into your file, and you can also set up the code for further improvements in your smart TVs. So that's all. Let's move towards the top two projects. At second number, the project that is the home automation. Yeah, that is the home automation is the most important, and I think everybody needs it. So a home automation project is one of the best Raspberry Pi projects for senior developers because it involves lots of tracks. So all those skills and experience that you have been gaining all these years will come together to automate your home appliances, and you will make your friends drop their jaws at the same time. So whenever your friends visit your home and see it, so they will get their jaws often. So you can handle such home automation Raspberry Pi projects in numerous ways. So adding an Arduino board may accelerate your further power to the system. It is the most important and the most interesting project that you have ever built by using the Pi board. So you can also use Arduino board for further power to the system. So highlights of this project is that you need to set up a relay circuit for your Raspberry Pi first, and use the GPIO pin number 6 of your Pi board for connecting the relay circuits. And the third one that you need is make a smart use of protocols like MQTT and APIs of ThinkSpeaks for connecting a large number of devices and these sensors. So I think so that it's also the most interesting projects of the Raspberry Pi home automation. You can make your home smart and control it very easily. So it's the most interesting and the most advantageable and the best project of Raspberry Pi ever. So let's move towards the top project. The number one, that is the build a full-fledged desktop computer. So that is very interesting that you can build a full-fledged desktop computer from a Pi board. So now you can imagine that how Pi board is formed. That is very interesting. So chances you have already got the multiple system if you are reading. So however, even getting a full-fledged desktop computer out of the cheap Raspberry Pi board should ring excitement bells in your ears when you hear that you can build a desktop computer from a old Pi board, so it will give you some excitement. So it is arguably one of the best projects for some system enthusiasts, as they will gain the first-hand experience on how to build a system from almost the ground zero. If you have a keen interest in Raspberry Pi projects involving computer, recommend you to check this project right now. It is the most important project. So highlight of the projects, there's what you will need for this and what software that you will need and what is the component that you need for this project is that connect an HDMI monitor for being used as a display to your Pi. So you have just need an LED, anything that's you have using for your computer. You can disconnect it from the computer and connect it with the Pi board. Add the necessary peripheral devices means what the necessary peripheral devices for computer, that is two. I think so that one is the keyboard and second one is the mouse. Shape your board inside a solid metal. For what we will do it, we have to do it for the case of safety. So shape your board inside a solid metal case for safety and install a cooler to take off the heat of your Raspberry Pi board. So you have to just need a cooler to take off the heat of your Raspberry Pi board, so install it in this. So that's all. I think you will like all these projects and will try to develop and build these projects at your home. It is the most interesting projects ever for Raspberry Pi. So I will make every weekend this project. So I will start from the 20 and then move towards the 19, 18, 17 up to 1. So inshallah, I will try my best to deliver these projects to you guys and provide the full program that's used for it and the software links. I will try my best to give it to you guys in the description. So if you have any queries and any question, you can ask in the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.